Do 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 do. Welcome back. Or should I say, welcome to myself back? Hey everyone, it's Nathan, the so what happy gaijin, so what not so happy gaijin. Um, very much jet lagged gaijin, that's for sure, certainly. Um, we're back to the grind, back to normality, back to the Wednesday stream, and I do apologize that I was unable to stream on Sunday when I arrived from my Japan trip, but I was actually really super tired, and I decided to follow to listen to my own my own body, like I was gonna stream, I was gonna stay up and I was gonna actually stream, um but around 8:30 my body was saying, dude, you've been traveling for I don't know how long, for 20 hours straight, 22 hours straight, so why put yourself through that? And that's exactly why I didn't stream. So I do apologize, but I hope that I was able to bring you some great content from Japan, from when I was in Japan. I hope that you found the content and everything good. All right. People are not quite used to the stream. Let's say hello. Let's see who's here. And by the way, I am streaming. The microphone currently is via my Mac because I haven't set everything up properly. So I do apologize. Things might not be uh, to the standards that you might be used to on this channel. All right. So common commenter says, "Ain't happy to back Gaijin." I guess he means ain't happy to be back Gaijin. Ain't happy to be back. Who's ever happy to be back, right? Japan says hello. Hello, JJI. How are you doing? And we have our first super chat. Wow. Thank you so much, Jim Ross. Sounds like a pretty wimpy excuse, Nathan. I'll accept it, but but um I'm still jet lagged. I'm not gonna lie. It's I've realized that it's just always so much harder on the way back. Thankfully, the jet lag sort of hits me around 3:30 or 3 or 4 p.m. outside of work hours, really, so it doesn't affect my work. But still, it sucks. Jet lag sucks. So, hello, Jibrurarutaru Hello. How are you doing, Philippe? Jim Ross. Hello, I had to look up what today's photo was. And hey, look, we got the tip is actually going into the jar, which is pretty cool because sometimes this doesn't quite work. um, it's cold in Belgium. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Minus seven degrees. Wow. It's been it's been about in between 16 and 17 degrees here in Gibraltar. I would say maybe 15, but it's been quite nice. Chilly in the morning for me. Luckily, there was less wind this morning. And hey, go wander down under. How are you? Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here, dude. And I've got a few interesting tidbits of information to share with everyone. Also, jet lagged monkey. Indeed, can you see it? My face. I'm looking at myself in the camera and I'm thinking, I ain't very camera worthy today. It is it is what it is, right? But can anybody notice an addition to my backdrop? Something has been added. Sounded good? Okay, good. Wow, 25.6 degrees. That's so nice. 86 degrees in Puerto Rico. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Neither do I. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. But hey, and so I will be returning to Japan on the 28th of March, for about 11 days, I think it is, something like that. And I'm looking forward to that already. It's always good to have another trip planned. But you know what's even better? You know what's even better than having a trip planned? Having two trips planned. And that's right, everyone. I booked my flights for summer. Because this would not be the Happy Gaijin channel if I didn't at least have two trips waiting for me. Correct, everyone? What do you say? So, yeah, basically, I will be arriving in Japan on the 29th of March for roughly whatever 10, 11 days. And I will then be traveling to Japan for my summer long vacation from the 9th of July. I set off and I return on the 22nd of August. So that's going to be a really good stint, a really good trip. And that trip is a trip that I will most definitely be be planning to the T, to the bone, like planning it very well, because the ones that I do, the short trips that I do for, 10 days or whatever in Tokyo, I sort of go with the flow. I use Tokyo as a base, and maybe I do 1 or 2 day trips out of the city, but I don't tend to move around or travel around too much. I just find it a little bit too much for me. So the summer one is the one that I do travel a lot, and I even have a plan already. My plan is really to complete all the prefectures of Japan. And I calculated that I have more, unfortunately, than I thought that I had to complete, but they're all very doable prefectures. And we're going to be looking at that in this stream. We're going to look at the prefectures that I need to complete, and that's going to be my goal. Unfortunately, one of the prefectures is where the earthquake hit, so I need to see how things run, whether or not it's even feasible to go there. But knowing Japan and how quickly things move, you know, it should be hopefully fine. And I'd love your opinions on that, obviously. Um, and ooh, Anming told you that you have plans. What plans did you say I had? I hadn't made plans yet. Definitely plans in the March trip with her. 20th of March for you. So does that mean that we might overlap? Will we overlap? Will we be able to meet up? Because that would be so freaking cool if we could. By the way, so yeah. Hey, back from Japan to feel the blues right now too. Yeah, M Rider, totally right. It is what it is. Like yeah, the Japan blues. But like I say, I always like to have another trip planned. And in this case, I have two. And the summer one is going to be hopefully, actually, this summer is going to be my 10-year anniversary of traveling to Japan. I started traveling in 2014. 2014, yeah. 2014, 2014, 2014, and this year's 2024, and that will mark my 10-year anniversary of traveling Japan. Who would have said I was going to become so obsessed with a country and love a country so much and build a community of also people? Who would have said 10 years ago, when wee little Nathan went to Japan for the very first time and was basically fell in love at first sight with a country? Who would even think that you could even fall in love with a country? But hey, here we are. And yeah, my plan is to complete all the prefectures. I think a 10-year anniversary would be a very good way of completing all the prefectures. It's a good feat to say I'd done it in 10 years. And also, other than that, I also think that it's a really good goal, a really good way for me to plan what I'm going to travel, because many times I stick to one area like Tohoku or maybe I say Kyushu, or maybe Hokkaido, or whatever. Um, but this is a little bit more spread out, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me to figure out how to move around and do things. Um, but a good challenge, I think. And a lot of it is going to be in Kyushu. And there's a few areas in Kyushu that I haven't traveled to. The majority of the things will be Kyushu based. So I'm looking forward to potentially looking at maybe one of the regional passes down in Kyushu. And this is the big one, Okinawa, guys. I've never been to Okinawa, and this is a year that I hopefully finally land and get to Okinawa and explore a little bit of Okinawa. Um, like I said, 10-year anniversary sounds pretty cool, right? I would love to know your thoughts on all this, on all of this. It was March she was talking about. Ah, yeah, yes, yes, I am. I'm already looking forward to getting there in March. Star Jen, hello, ¿cómo estás? Star Jen's in the house, and also I was gonna mention that I will be in London next month. In fact, in just about a month's time, I will be in London for just under a week. So, Star Jen, we're gonna meet up. We're gonna have loads of fun, and we're gonna have sake at that sake place. You know the one we're talking about, right? Yes, that's right. Um, maybe I'll work on a mini little London meetup in London. Why not? Could do a little meetup, right? For those people who are interested. Frog Lady, you're missing half the fun. 10 years and now you're packing. Now you're the packing guy. Oh my God. Yes, I am the packing guy now after 10 years of traveling. But I'm also the fake information sweaker guy, according to Instagram. OMG, that's a whole other story. And I also want to tell you a story. There's a few stories I want to tell you. Number one, I want to talk to you about my Suica adventure and reception on social media. Number two, I want to talk to you how I planned. It's a funny story. I don't want to say too much. Maybe the person is even watching this, but I gotta tell you something. And obviously, I want to talk to you about my trip that I've just had this week, or these last 2 weeks in Japan. What I noticed, what surprised me, and how well prepared I was for this trip after traveling. This was a third time during New Year's in Japan, so I felt I was very well traveled, very well prepared. And finally, we will be touching upon the Johnny Somali because there has been an update, and I've put on purposely not done a video about Johnny Somali on my channel, on this channel, because the other Johnny Somali video was doing so well that I didn't want to steer my channel in that direction. I don't want to go in that direction. I already have another channel about updates and news and guides and stuff like that. So I hope you understand, but we can talk about it here. Famous last words, you never know. I might decide to do one, but I don't think so. So this was my second time, and I fell in love already. I understand. 10 years of travel to Japan, awesome, absolutely, Star Gen, crazy, eh? Apart from those years, the lost years of COVID. Yeah. Yeah, Jim, it is a worthy goal, and I'm going to show you in the map. I've got a map. I'm going to show you now what's missing, what I have to add, and you'll see that actually it's quite doable. And also, something that's pretty cool is, yes, Beppu is actually one of the places I need to go to. That is on my list. So definitely I will be doing Beppu. But I was gonna say is that one of the really cool things is that because I am traveling for quite a bit of time from the 9th of July that I set off from Gibraltar to the 22nd of August that I return. That's I think it's 6 weeks in total that I'll be traveling. And I'm really excited because one of my good friends, one of my best friends, really, from here, from home, him and his wife and his children, and his children are like my nephew and niece, to be honest. I've seen them grow up from very little, and I love them loads, and I love spending time with that family. And another friend, they are going to be traveling to Japan at the same time as me. So the first few days of my trip, the first week of my trip, more or less, maybe 5 days, 6 days of my trip, I will be guiding them in Tokyo and doing all the kiddie things that I don't get to do. And it's also going to be a great opportunity for the channel, for Ninja Monkey, to put out some family content, what to do with kids, and how to plan an itinerary and how to do things with children in Japan. So I'm really looking forward to that because I love showing people around Japan, especially when they're your friends, right? It is a fantastic a fantastic service that I can do for my friends. So I'm super excited about taking them around. And we've got a WhatsApp group, and I've said, hey, let's make a list of everything that you're interested in, all the things, all the sites, all the things that you might want to do. They're going to be traveling for 3 weeks, and the first week, more or less, I will be spending with them. And then at the very end of their trip, I will rejoin them for the last few days of the trip. That is what I have in mind anyway, because obviously, traveling with a family is going to be very different. And also, I don't really want to spend 3 weeks doing a lot of the same things that I've done so many times. So I will definitely be planning their trip and helping them out and being there for everything that they need and guiding them at the very beginning. And I know for sure that they want to do like Universal Studios and Disney, which I am down for with kids. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Um, Beppu, you can go and see Dogen. Yeah. Dogen. Let's talk a bit of Japanese, Dogen. Good thing Japan and New Zealand are reasonably close. Yeah. Doing well. Yeah, we'll see each other next month. Yay. So excited. Nathan, stop spreading fake news even though there's video evidence. It's crazy. Anyway, the internet is crazy, what I've learned. My next trip to Japan isn't until October. Hoping to do some more places in Kyushu as well. Awesome. Kyushu's great. I love Kyushu, which is why I'm so excited that some of the places that I'm missing are in Kyushu. And also, I love some places in Kyushu that I absolutely love. One of my favorite onsens is onsen in Kyushu, and I want to go back there, dudes. I want to go back there. I know, but Canadian friends said Australia snow was a bit wimpy. Hey, Danny B, how you doing? Nothing whimsy about Australia. Kyushu, I want to go on my next trip, and Okinawa, but I'm thinking November. Wimpy. You mean Suika video was AI, Nathan? No, 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 no. It was not AI. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay. Or not what happened. Actually, thanks to you guys, and the awesome Discord, which if you're not part of the Discord already, then I highly recommend that you become part of the Discord because it's a great community of places to share, photos, ask questions. And we might not get to the questions and answer everything straight away, but we most definitely try our best to get to the questions and help everybody out. So, and I know a lot of people I've even heard of people, you know, arranging to meet up and do things together, which is pretty cool. It's a really good service, I think, that we have going on the Discord chat. So please do. But thanks to the Discord, I had read already about the Suica card being available in a certain way, but I didn't actually have the official information. And it was thanks to the Discord that I think maybe Alan or somebody else posted the link with the official information about how the Suica card was returning in a sort of weird way, which was basically what wouldn't be available in the vending machines, wouldn't be available in the conventional um, stations, and wouldn't be available in in the airports, and would only be available in certain stations in Tokyo via the JR East travel counter. Basically, the place where you exchange your JR pass. Basically, that's the gist of it, right? And so thanks for that information. I actually thought I'm in Japan. I'm traveling. I can't really put out an update. It would have been perfect to put out an update, but I thought at least I can do a short, or I can do a reel for Instagram or something like that. Which is what I did. So I went to Shibuya JR East Travel Center. I went to the counter of the JR Pass exchange counter, where there's usually a lady or a man who you ask questions to, and they check the information, they give you an exchange paper, you give it to the counter, and they exchange. If you've done this before, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I went there expecting to get a welcome suica. And in fact, the lady said, no, 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 this is not for a welcome suica. This is for a normal suica. So she literally just told me you can choose a 1,000 yen or 2,000 yen. I said, can I have a 1,000 yen one? I didn't need a suica anyway. And she just literally gave me a piece of paper, which I handed over to the counter. And the counter lady just gave me the suica, the actual physical suica. So I filmed it. I made a reel about it. You've probably seen it. And lo and behold, I start getting all of these comments. You're faking, you're sharing fake information, you're lying, this isn't true, Suika's been discontinued, etc., etc., etc. And so yeah, basically that was the recurring theme. A lot of comments like that, and I've been going through a lot of them, saying, hey, no, this is true, and pointing them to the website. And thankfully, some people who actually followed my reel on Instagram and actually got a Suica, they were going and they were actually saying, hey, I used this information and I was able to get a Suica, right? So thankfully that's helped. Now, this is the problem. The problem with the internet nowadays, and the problem with social media, and I'm sure that Japan Ichiban 100% knows this, and that is that people have such a short attention span that they wouldn't even probably see the whole short or the whole reel. When I looked at the statistics of that reel, most people only watch half or less than half of the reel. So they don't get the whole information, And some people have said, "Oh, I've been to the JR station, and they said that they don't have Suica." But guys, I want to remind you, I didn't say go to the JR station. I said to go to the JR East Travel Center in the station. There's a difference. If you go to the station and you go to the ticket counter and ask for a Suica, they're not going to give you one because they don't have it. You need to very specifically go to the travel counter, where you exchange the JR pass basically. And also, secondly, it's very much dependent on availability of the day, which obviously you cannot mention in such a short amount of time in a reel or a short, but it is dependent on availability of the day. And somebody in the comments said, I went to Ikebukuro. I didn't say that right. Ikebukuro, and they said that they didn't have, but then I went to Shibuya and they had. So it exists. It's there. It's sort of hidden. It's sort of a secret. It's a really weird way of getting a suica. It's not very straightforward, but it's easy. It's easy enough. So hey Vicente, thanks for being here, dude. Arigato gozaimasu. Awesome. And Vicente will see you next month. So yeah, so basically, that's sort of been what's been happening on the Instagram front. That reel has got over 300,000 views in the last few days, which is crazy. It's probably my most successful thing I've ever done on social media. Um, but yeah, it's just really frustrating when people literally call you a liar or literally say that I'm sharing misinformation. And anybody who's watching me and who's been watching me for a while, you know that that is like the far opposite of what I am. If anything, the reason why I went and I got a Suica card was to check to see if the information was correct, and which it was. Yeah. So that is a little bit off-putting, but thankfully I have friends like Oriental Pearl who says, "Don't worry about it. Just just delete the stupid people." So yeah. Frog getting convinced the combined UK and Australia population of 92 million could comfortably drink the 330 million USA Asians under the table. Nick, hey, hi all. I can imagine it's always a struggle leaving Japan. It is always a struggle, which is why it's always important to have another trip planned in the future. Yes, the piccolo. Dude, check it out. I've got this piccolo, and it's pretty cool because it comes with the cape, and the cape goes on the floor. So he's sort of like dropped the cape, if you know what I mean. So it's pretty cool. So the piccolo can go there for now, and the cape. Yeah, the piccolo is new, and the reason why I bought the piccolo is because I actually went to Akihabara with a subscriber who's a otaku, like proper proud otaku guy, awesome guy, and we did a little bit of a tour of Akihabara, and there might be a future video coming up on Aki, which surprisingly enough, I've noticed how actually I'm not that geeky. When I was there, I noticed how a lot of these things I had no idea about. So I was very lucky. I also met a new friend, and his channel is called. I'll show you now. Um, and he is like the king of Akihabara. So I've actually made a really good contact in Akihabara. And let me see. Mm-mm-mm. So around around Akiba TV. Does anybody know that channel? Around Akiba TV. So yeah, basically around Akiba is documenting what's going on fandoms, subcultures, etc. Cool Japan, and it's a really cool channel with lots of really hot girls, by the way. And yeah, I made friends with the owner of that channel, and he's going to help me out with some stuff that I couldn't get. For example, I couldn't film at a maid cafe, so he's like, "Hey, I've got a contact. Yeah, I can help you out with that." So that's pretty cool. It's good to have contacts like that. Really good to have contacts like that, actually. So family content is a great idea. Sadly, it will be too late for my trip. Oh, I'm so sorry, Danny B. But hopefully there'll be another trip in the future. Start saving up for your second trip, even though you haven't gone to the first one, is what I say. Um, there are a few videos, I must say, if you look back into my archives, like 2018, sort of 2019, 18 sort of thing, you will find that there is a video on what to do in Tokyo with kids, but some of the things have closed down, but it might give you an idea of what you might want to do, what you can do with kids in Tokyo. Yes, Vicente, I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you, like proper. Nick, can this be done from the airport or is it only from the train stations? Okay, on that note, Nick, it's also important to note that Suica is not the only card that exists in the whole universe. There are different types of cards that you can. I have some. I have some around here, but there are different cards that you can use. It doesn't have to be Suica. It can be Pasmo, Manaka. I think another one. Ikoka is another one. I have a range of them here. Let me see if I can actually get one. Ugh, one moment. Oh, look. So, for example, this is a Manaka card, I don't remember where this one's from. Where is this one from? Who could tell me? But anyway, this is an IC card. As long as it's an IC card, it works the same with the same as a Suica. It's interchangeable with a Suica. And I know that I did a reel about Suica or a short about Suica, and I only did that because it was a popular like topic. But really, it doesn't have to be Suica. And if you're on an iPhone, you can even get it installed onto your Apple Wallet. Unfortunately, if you're on Android, I still haven't found a way or think there's a way of doing that. Now, yeah, there are so many Japan experts out there now because they have been to Japan once and know everything. Yeah, this is the thing. People go to Japan once, they think they know everything, but hey, I mean, not even I know everything. That's the thing. Many haven't even been. I agree. Some people, I sometimes wonder whether or not they've even stepped foot in the country and they're writing those sorts of comments. By the way, it is. For those of you, oh, wait a minute, guys. I was gonna say use a Coke Zero emoji, but this is Happy Gaijin, and I've been thinking, giving this some thought about. I have a membership on Ninja Monkey, and I don't know how do you guys feel about having membership here also? Is that something that you'd be interested in? How could I set it apart? Really? And I've got a Sakura Kit Kat with roasted soybean and Sakura Kit Kat, which I'm gonna dig into in a minute. Oh, and by the way, for earlier on, but I forgot. Thank you so much, Jim Ross, for the super chat, and thank you so much, Vicente, for the super chat. I forgot. And with that, we have some confetti, and I need to remember that I have these fancy things that I forget to use. So, thank you. And if you're watching, please don't forget to hit that like button because it really, really does help a lot. All the information about Suica is still on the website. It also clearly says where to get it and when it started. That's the other thing. People are like, I went last month, and when I went last month, they didn't have Suica. I don't know what that accent is, by the way. But it says if you wish to purchase after the 18th, 11th, and the 18th at some point, yeah, basically. You wouldn't believe what some people say on social media. Don't worry about it, Nathan. We know that you know your stuff. You know what? I know my stuff, but I can get things wrong also. That's absolutely fine. 90 days till I go. So good to know I can potentially get a Suica card. Yeah, I mean, like I said, at the moment, this is the way that things are. But you and me and everybody knows what Japan is like. And Japan is a kind of country that all of a sudden they'll be like, no, we are no longer selling the Suicas from those places. You now need to go to Tsukiji Market and you need to do a handstand in front of the vending machine to get a Suica card. Because you know what they're like. Oh, that's it. Around Akiba TV. Yeah, that channel is awesome. Bisette, what? There are so many J vlog channels, you could never see them all. What even watching 24 hours a day? Absolutely. Each day there's more. What do you think about the tourism control in Japan? What do you mean by the tourism control in Japan? Specifically. Nagoya? I thought it was all IC cards. I'm probably one of the people who doesn't read all the information. Hey! Dying Goal, where are you based right now, my friend? Ah, Manaka is from Nagoya. Really? Wait a minute. And Manaka is from Nagoya. I've never been to Nagoya. Or have I? And I don't remember going to Nagoya. But I have, I swear to you, that Nagoya is one of the places that I need to visit. Because I haven't been. But maybe this is proof that I've been and I just can't remember. Hmm. Waking up. Yes, bring on the memberships. Gotta think about making it something a little bit different to the other one. But yeah, sure, for the totally obsessed. Going to Koko Ichiban for a spicy breakfast. Are you in Japan? Wait a minute, where are you? That accent was Californian. Really, I'm really terrible at doing accents, to be honest. So, hiya, hello, Shinjuku, dude. I can't believe we freaking miss each other by just a few days, my friend. I mean, it's now Wednesday, and I was there on Sunday. That sucks, man. I needed a little bit of a little bit of dying goal madness in my trip. It was a one thing that I was missing. And you'd be very proud of me because I was drinking pretty much every single night. No, I was drinking every single night whilst I was in Japan. Nagoya is pretty awesome. Perhaps you did a transfer there. Yeah, maybe I did a transfer, but my question is, would I have got a Manaka card if I did a transfer in Nagoya? I'm very intrigued now. Very intrigued. Where and how did I get this? Hmm. Yes. Very interesting question. So let's have a little bit of a story time. This one's a little bit of a funny one. Um. You got called back at short notice. You could have got called back at even shorter notice, my friend. Very proud. Yes. Japanese beer is great. Okay, this is a little bit of a funny story. This happened this morning. Um, Basically, hey, wait a minute. Ian says, hi, thanks for the Patreon postcard from Gibraltar. It was a while back, but this is the first live stream I managed to catch since then. You're very welcome. And I want to say a few things about Patreon. For those of you who are patrons, I'm going to be sending a set of postcards to those of you who are top tier patrons. I was unable to do it from Japan just because I literally couldn't find postcards. It's one of those funny things. Japan, unless you go to Asakusa specifically, and when I went to Asakusa over New Year's, it was so packed, it was crazy. But I'm going to be sending you some postcards from Gibraltar because I do want to send you some postcards. And also, um, I want to arrange a video call this month, okay, before February. Like last time, that was loads of fun. Loads of fun to do that. Okay, a little bit of a story time. This is a little bit of a funny story, I think, anyway. Maybe you might not find it funny, but I found it quite funny. A lot of you might be aware of my friend Sarah. Yeah, my friend Sarah. She's appeared on many of the videos. She's a great friend of mine. I've been to Japan with her. Um, you've seen her. I'm pretty sure you've seen her before. She's been on some live streams, etc. So I received a message on Instagram from Sarah, and she says, I'm going to Japan. I've just booked my flights. First time going solo. So I thought, good, Sarah. Well done, Sarah, right? Well done. You're going to go solo to Japan. Awesome. So I asked her, so when are you going to go to Japan? And she says, I'm going from the 14th of March to the 10th of April. And I said to her, I'm going to be in Japan at the end of March, the beginning of April. Maybe we can meet up, for a few days. I understand that you want to go like a solo trip, so I'll take a step back and I'm gonna go. You can do your solo trip, but maybe we could do something together. To which she replies, as long as I do onsen, I'm happy. What onsen do you recommend? What onsen town do you recommend? And I I say to her, how about this? You know, onsens, onsen accommodation can be quite expensive, and why don't we find a nice onsen and we go together? When I'm in Japan, we can share a room and we can literally go together, share the costs because a nice traditional ryokan and an onsen is going to be a little bit expensive around the period. To which she says, yes, of course, yes, 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 sure. Why not? We could do that, right? We can share a room and we can Yeah. So then I say, how about this? How about I rent a car and we go somewhere driving because I don't want to drive on my own for the very first time. But if you're with me, then we can drive and it would be fun. We could share the cost and we can etc etc etc. To which she says, yeah yeah yeah, that's a great idea. So what about like yeah yeah yeah. So we could do the driving. We could go to the onsen. Blah 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 blah. To which to which I ask her at this point. I ask her. This is all on Instagram. I ask her. So what are you doing with the kids? Like who, because Sarah has kids. Who are the kids staying with? The father? Like what's happening with the kids? To which Sarah replies, "What kids?" Question mark. To which I all of a sudden realize that I'm talking to a random Sarah who has messaged me on Instagram who isn't my friend Sarah, and I've literally just now organized a trip to an onsen with a stranger that I don't know. Literally, like, seriously, like, this is true. And let's just say that when I go into the profile picture, there are some rather raunchy photos of a rather very attractive young lady. And it gets even better because I even like before I even realized that it wasn't my Sarah, that it was another stranger that had messaged me because of my channel or whatever. um I had actually said this, which is cringe but super funny at the same time. I said, Sarah, this is what I typed. Sarah, I need to give you my Tokyo banana. Sarah, I need to give you my Tokyo banana because I always bring back Tokyo bananas, right? For Sarah and my friends. I mean, how rude and how bad does that sound? So I swear, I was pissing myself laughing. I was so pissing myself laughing. Because I was like, and then she's like, kids, like I don't have kids. Blah blah. Blah. What are you talking about, kids? To which I'm like, I think I made a mistake. I'm talking to two different Sarah's, and I've got you mixed up. And she's like, what? So what? You don't want to do the onsen with me? And I'm like, well, I don't know you, so no, probably not. I don't think I want to go with a stranger to an onsen. Plus, yeah. So I called Sarah up. I'm like, Sarah, you got no idea what's happened. This is gonna make you laugh. So I call her up. Actually, I didn't call her. I sent her messages. I was gonna call her, and basically I told Sarah the whole story, and she was really really laughing, really laughing. So that is part of my day today. Um, yeah, that was part of my day today. It was so funny. It's just so easy to get confused, with messages. And yeah, from now on I'm like, friends and family, do not communicate via Instagram, please. Yeah. Yeah, she got her new car. Um I'm going solo 10th of April. Oh, we'll just miss each other then, Nick. Awesome. That's gonna be a great time to be there. Gotta go to work. Dude, don't worry. Need to make more money for my next trip. That's good. That's a good way to think about it when you're at work. LOL. I'm laughing so hard. Bring your roof. Oh my god. You just got a hot onsen date, mate. I did. I did get a hot onsen date. Um, she said, kids, I'm below the age of 20, so spicy onsen date. Plot twist. Nathan is still thinking of going. Tempting as it may be, I've got a feeling I might be catfished a little bit. You'll go. You could go and tell me what you find. LOL. Nathan swaves a woman without knowing or meeting her. I know, right? What on earth? Wowzers! That didn't put her off. She sounds keen. She was, I think. You're so decent. That's a great story. Too funny. Oh, Star Jen, when we meet up, I'll show you the conversation. I won't put it on online because I don't want to like I've summarized the story, but I'm not going to put any private messages. I'll actually show you the conversation and all the planning that was going in, like yeah, it was quite funny. I'm going to look at Tokyo Bananas differently now. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. So yeah, so that sort of happened. Kind of funny though, I think. You gotta laugh at yourself, right? You've got to laugh at yourself, or else what's the point in life? These things are hilarious. Right, let me see if I can add a um a video. I want to show you. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see if this works. I want to add a browser. Hmm? What's going on here? Oh no. So that's not working. So I'm trying to put the map so I can show you the places that I'm gonna look I'm looking at visiting. So let's try it like this. Let's try. I know it's gonna be weird. Please bear with me. Where is it? My moment. Let's see. I think I can do this now. Okay. All right. Can you see that, everyone? So I'm just gonna sort of like resize it a little bit live on camera, and okay, there we go. So I'm gonna just highlight the places that I still need to visit. Nathan's Tokyo banana emoji incoming. Closing your eyes. For onsen, Beppu is ultimate. Oh, you've got no idea. The timing, Tawada is spotless. It's perfect timing. Okay, for Beppu is ultimate, but I like the hot pub in Kamenoi Hotel in Hikone, Shiga Prefecture. Yeah, I was gonna have a very hot steamy bath too, by the way. You need a brand deal with Tokyo Banana. Nathan, oh, Tokyo Banana, the biggest and the best. The biggest and the best, indeed. Tawada in the house, indeed. Add guaranteed popular with the ladies to that. Hilarious. I got to give you my Tokyo Banana. That's basically what I said. Because I always bring Tokyo Banana for her, right? So, anyway. So, okay, so the prefectures that I need to complete are not that difficult, actually. Where is it? Just freaking done it. So I need to do, first of all, I need to do Ibaraki. So that's one of the ones that I don't need to do, that I need to do. And I need to also do um Fukui, and I need to do Miyazaki and Oita. These two. And Saga there. And I need to do Okinawa. Um and I think that Aichi. And I believe that Mie. And that's it. Alright, so those are all the prefetches that I need to do, guys. So the ones that I've highlighted are the ones that I've got left to finish the whole all the prefetches of Japan, which is quite crazy, really. Obviously there's Okinawa down there also, and I'm gonna change the color to just highlight where Tokyo is in yellow. Yeah. So, and I also want to highlight where Osaka and Kyoto, or where Kyoto is. I put Osaka. Where Osaka is in yellow. So those will be some of my bases, I guess. And what do you think, guys? How is it looking in terms of, I've got 6 weeks, 5 weeks really, to complete all the prefectures. So my thinking is from Tokyo, I probably visit Ibaraki. From Ibaraki, Aichi, and Mie. And then these are the ones that I'm a little bit. I mean, these ones, were these affected by the earthquake? Fukui was Fukui affected by the earthquake? Guys, do you know? Because that's the only thing. Ah, wait, and Toyama, that's it. I needed to do Toyama. So that would have been affected by the earthquake, wouldn't it? So that is the only thing I need to figure out, like what I'm gonna do. So basically I'm thinking Ibaraki and probably travel to these two, then up and across and finish in Kyoto. Or from going from Tokyo, I'm also thinking of doing Tokyo, flying to Okinawa, and then flying to Fukuoka and doing Kyushu, and then flying back to Tokyo, and then tackling this in my second half of the trip. So basically doing this in one half of my trip and this in the other half of the trip. So yeah. Nathan making Happy Gaijin one Tokyo banana at a time. If you watch TV this month is a new NHK historical drama about Murasaki Shikibu. It stars my crush, Yoshitaka Yoriko. Awesome. I'm going to check who your crush is. Lani. Hello, Nathan. Hello to all the people in the chat. Hello, everyone. Very doable. I think so, right? Because basically this would be one sort of trip, and this would be another sort of trip. And I do want to spend some time in Tokyo, anyway. So probably what I'll do is I'll spend the first week in Tokyo with my friends anyway and doing whatever I need to do. So that's 1 week. Then I'll probably spend 3 days in Okinawa, and I'll probably then spend a week in this area. So that's already 2.5 weeks. Then I want to be back in Tokyo for my birthday. And then from Tokyo I'll probably spend, maybe I can do Ibaraki as a day trip, instead of like a full day trip instead of staying, and then this tackle this area here generally for maybe 10 days in this area, because I want to spend like 2 days in each area really. Tokyo looks like a banana now. I can't get the image out of my head anymore. Oh yes, it does look like a banana. A Tokyo banana. Mm. There's a good Akia YouTuber in Ibaraki called Tokyo Lama. Cool. Awesome. Thanks. I shall see what I can figure out about that person. Nani, yes. Tawada is just regular NHK or specialty streaming channel. Is it? Which one? Hey, Bojo Pigeon. Driving, so I'll be a bit quiet. No problem. Thanks for being here anyway. Now I want a Tokyo banana. The question is, what type of Tokyo banana? They have Tokyo bananas. They have like apple, I think, or but like they have like chocolate Tokyo bananas. It's that Tale of Genji, Nathan. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Go to the beach in Okinawa and Chiba. Cool. So stick with the kicks. Definitely, I want to be going to the beach in Okinawa, 100%. But I think that at the moment, I'm gonna get my notebook just so that I can show you roughly how I'm starting to plan this trip. Just you can get an idea into my head into how I plan such a big trip. One moment. Okay, so the planning stages have already begun because really, when you have such a big trip over the summer, you have also like to figure out, friends, etc. Then it's important to do that. So, this is what I've done. I've written all the dates in red. If you can see it, dates are in red. So, starting on the 9th of July when I leave, all the way to actually didn't fit, but 18 to 22. I leave on the 22nd. So that's the very first thing that I do. The second thing that I do, which is actually very, very, very important, and a lot of people miss this crucial step, and that is writing the days, whether it's a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday on the side, which I've done there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and so on. And then, very important, is I grey out the weekends. Can you see how I've actually grayed out over here? I've grayed out, that's a weekend, that's a Saturday and a Sunday, Saturday and a Sunday, Saturday and a Sunday, and over here, Saturday and a Sunday, and over here, Saturday and a Sunday. You can see how I've sort of graded out. And the reason why I've graded out is because there are certain things that you need to really, really be aware that there might not be the best time to do certain things on a weekend. For example, if you're going to go to Universal Studios or to a theme park, you don't want to do it at a weekend. So that's why I've graded out. And then finally, I've written in when my birthday is, yay! And I've also done another one, which is over here. I've written Obon. So Obon is actually the 12th, the 13th, sorry, the 12th to the 15th. 13th, 14th, 15th is Obon. All right. However, I factored in the weekend before and the weekend after because that's probably going to be a busy time. That week is going to be a busy time. So by having this sort of like template right now, I can start filling things in and I can start figuring out what I'm going to do. And I've got very, very roughly maybe where I'm going to put Okinawa, what I'm going to do in Tokyo, etc. So that's my very, very initial planning, blank slate planning for Japan. The original, only the banana. Let's talk about Kit Kat. Let's have a try of this Kit Kat. I mean, you know what? I don't normally bring Kit Kats back with me from Japan. I hardly ever do. But hey, let's go. This is a good Kit Kat. Mm, this is very good Kit Kat. Mm. Welcome back. Look, Tigers, go Tigers. That looks cool. Also, are there any holidays during the stay? Yes. This is why I've written down Obon. So yeah, Obon will be a holiday. It's a big holiday, so you just need to factor things in. I would rather be in a big city during a big holiday like Obon rather than traveling if I can help it. So you still have the March Kit Kats. Ooh, so yeah, this is a Sakura roasted soybean Kit Kat, and it was freaking good. Go Hanshin Tigers! Yeah, go go go! Indeed, Hanshin Tigers, go go go! Indeed. Completely not interested in Tokyo Banana and Kit Kats. Last I could eat Itokiri Mochi in Tagashiga Prefecture. It was really good. That sounds really much better than a Kit Kat, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the Kit Kats. I mean, it is what it is. A wafer covered in chocolate. And a very tiny one at it, also. So, yeah. Godzilla -1, I want to go and watch that. Anybody watched it? Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on that? Ooh. So, for Obon, major freeways will be packed indeed. Tawada, can you double check for me, Tawada, that I've got the right date for Obon? 13, 14, 15 of August, but I'm counting 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So I'm counting the weekend before and the weekend after in August. On Monday, a friend and I are going to watch the new Ghibli movie in Japanese with German subtitles. I watched the new Ghibli movie in Spanish with no subtitles, but it was in Spanish and I understood it. So it was. I would have preferred English with, Japanese with English subtitles. You're not a fan of mochi? What mochi have you had, dude? I love mochi. Mochi is the king of things in Japan, I think. I absolutely adore mochi. Um, but I think also I mentioned this so many times in this channel or Ninja Monkey, and that is that um I feel that the taste buds, they change every time you go to Japan because the Japanese have a sneaky way of like adding a little bit of this, a little bit of mochi, a little bit of seafood, a little bit of sushi, a little bit of green tea, or a little bit of matcha, and every time you go, you become more and more accustomed, and your tongue, your taste buds, they start to accept the foreignness, if that makes any sense. And now, after 10 years, I'm there. 13th to the 16th. of August. Yeah, that's what I have. 13, 14, 15. Okay, 16. But it's a weekend, so 17 and 18 will also be yeah. Oh, this isn't nothing to do with me celebrating. I'm not gonna celebrate Obon. I don't think foreigners celebrate Obon. It's just so that when I'm planning my trip, I know when to keep away from certain areas. Because, for example, I would highly recommend anybody planning on going to Hakone not to go during Obon to Hakone, for example, because a lot of people they go back to their hometowns, and a lot of people they take the opportunity to travel also. Indeed, guys, Ninja Monkey stream on Sunday, and I will be ending the stream shortly. I do appreciate all of the donations. Where are they? Donations. Do 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 do. Ooh, this looks realistic. I appreciate your donations to help me get back to Japan. And yeah, it's always I love doing this stream. I love interacting with you. I love getting your opinions on things and building this little community of ours. And I'll be working on a video for the weekend. I'll be working on a vlog for this channel. Um, and I will be doing the stream on Sunday. So, yeah, lots to look forward to. I think he's just trying to avoid competing for travel space. Absolutely, Jim. That's exactly what I want. What I'm trying to do. Absolutely, absolutely. Godzilla Minus One has some references, especially about post-Pacific War, which I don't think many people will know. Probably, probably I wouldn't know. I'm the kind of guy that needs somebody explaining everything to them. I usually have loads of questions. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I think I've done pretty well with my Genki levels, right? Actually, before we end, I wanted to touch on the Johnny Somali topic. Johnny Somali, I did mention I was going to mention this. Johnny Somali has been sentenced and he's been found guilty of causing a nuisance or whatever in a restaurant, and he's been fined, and he will be deported from the country, and he will not be able to return to the country, which, coming to think of it, is probably the best thing that could happen. Um, it's probably the best sort of like punishment in a way, not being able to return to a country. Ultimately, what would have been the point of him serving more jail time and then being able to remain in the country? My thoughts, anyway. But I wanted to touch up on that information, and I recommend everybody check out my um Discord, our Discord, and also don't forget everyone to like. If you haven't liked, hit that like button. It really does help. And also, if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe to the channel so that you can become part of the community. And don't forget that I also have Ninja Monkey Instagram. Oh, and just one little thing before I do fully end, and that is that I've started a Spanish speaking Instagram account, and I will soon be moving that content onto a Spanish speaking YouTube account. Um, so that's going to be happening this year. That's going to be happening soon, actually. I'm just trying to build a little bit of a catalog of shorts before I put them on YouTube. But I've been translating all my shorts into Spanish. I'm following the advice of Oriental Pearl, who basically said, dude, you've got all of these amazing shorts and amazing content, and you speak Spanish. Why aren't you just dubbing the shorts into Spanish? And I was like, Yes, it's true, very true. I needed somebody to point out the obvious, right? um, so yeah, so that's happening. Obviously it's very early days, so I'm not getting many views. I don't expect to. You know what it is when you start anything. But yeah, so there is a Spanish speaking channel on the way, and it's gonna be mainly short spaced. I don't think there'll be any long based content on there. It's just 'cause I don't have time. And there's a Spanish speaking Instagram channel already there, which is called, if you search for this, Japón tips on Instagram. Muy bien. You killed the quest and I barely assisted. So yeah, Japón tips on Instagram. I think you should be able to find it if you search for that. Obviously, if you don't understand Spanish, please don't follow me just because I've told you that I have a new thing. You know, like, please don't. Anyway, guys, it's time for me to try and stay awake another half an hour at least before I go to bed. Hopefully, the Coke Zero will help. Awesome. Caroline, have you been watching behind? Are you watching quietly in the background? Anyway, I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Stay positive.